For the benefits of those who do not understand my native language, today's khutbah is about we are asking ourselves a question, a very important question. Who are the successful ones? Who are the successful ones? Today we assume or believe that success has to do with wealth. It has to do with acquiring wealth, having money, and building houses and owning cars, latest model and latest fashion, and so on. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not define success to us like that. So today we want to know who are those who are the successful ones. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, from verse 2 to 5. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. He said, this is the book about which there is no doubt. هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ, a guidance for those what? Conscious of Allah. Then he went further. He said, الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. He said, those who believe in what? In the unseen. They believe in the unseen. They can't see Allah, but they believe in Allah. They can't see the paradise. They believe in the existence of the paradise. They can't see the angels. They believe in the existence of the angels. They can't see. They have not seen the day of judgment, the day of resurrection, but they believe that the day of resurrection is there. He said what? الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ. And they establish prayer. They pray. They pray as at when due. They establish the prayer. وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. And they spend out of what we have given to them. Then he continued, he said, وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِن قَبْلِكَ وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. Then he said, وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ. And those who believe what? In what has been revealed to you. That is, Allah is talking to the noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Those that believe in what has been revealed to you. وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِن قَبْلِكَ. And what was revealed before you. Then Allah said, وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. And the hereafter, and of the hereafter they are certain. They believe in the hereafter. Then Allah went further. He said, أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَىٰ هُدًى مِّن رَّبِّهِمْ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. He said what? They are what? أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَىٰ هُدًى مِّن رَّبِّهِمْ. Those are those people who are what? Who are upon the right guidance. They are those who have received the right guidance from their Lord. وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. And they are what? They are the successful ones. They are those who are successful. Meaning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the characteristics of those that are successful. He told us there are those who believe in the unseen, those who spend out of what Allah has given to them, those who establish the salah, those who believe in what has been revealed to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and what has been revealed before him. And what? Then Allah said what? There are those who are rightly guided, and they are the successful ones. Meaning, if you meet all these criteria, then it means you are what? You are among the successful ones. Today, my brothers and sisters in Deen, we run after wealth. We want to acquire more wealth. We want to have more. We want to own many houses. We want to own cars of different types, the latest models, and so on. But we have forgotten that these things do not define success. Success, the ultimate success, is the one what? With Allah on the day of resurrection, when you will receive your book in your right hand. That is the day you can count yourself among the successful ones. The day when you will be among those that will be told to enter the Jannah. That is the day you can count yourself among the successful ones. Not today, not the wealth you acquire today. Because whatever you keep today, tomorrow might be useless, might not be useful. And it is only useful for you as long as you are alive. The moment you go, it becomes what? A property for other people to inherit. My brothers and sisters in Deen, let us fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and let us make sure that we strive to be among the successful ones. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also defined a nation that enjoins good and forbids evil as a successful nation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in Surah Al Imran, chapter 3, verse 104. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ المنكر وأولئك هم المفلحون. In this noble verse of the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدَعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ. He said, and let there be arising from among you a nation, what? Inviting people to all that is good, inviting to all that is good. وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ, and enjoining what is right. وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ, and forbidding what is wrong. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ, and those will be the successful. Meaning, if you do all these things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in this verse, that what you are among those who enjoy, who call people to the right thing, to do what is good, and who enjoy right upon you, command the people to do what is good, and what you forbid evil, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that they are the successful ones. May Allah count us among the successful ones. My brothers and sisters, indeed, it is very important for you to understand success. When we are talking about your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, acquiring wealth is not success. How you use the wealth to earn the pleasure of Allah is what we call success. How you use whatever you have, the knowledge you have to earn the pleasure of Allah, that is when you can count yourself to be successful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also told us some of the characteristics of successful people. He said in Surah Ali Imran, chapter 3, verse 200, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يا أيها الذين آمنوا اصبروا وصابروا ورابطوا واتقوا الله لعلكم تفلحون. He said, يا أيها الذين آمنوا, O you who believe, اصبروا, he said persevere, واصبروا وصابروا, and what? And endure, ورابطوا, and remain stationed, firm. Then he said, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ, and what? And fear Allah that you may be successful. So one of the characteristics of people who are meant to be successful, who will be successful in the sight of Allah, are people who are patient, who have the ability to endure whatever befalls them. And this is how you know people who truly believe in Allah. Because when Allah tests them, when He afflicts them with things, they exercise patience, and they are hopeful for whatever will come after. My brothers and sisters in Deen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also told us what we should not do to be successful. Allah told us in Surah Al Imran, chapter 3, verse 130. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا لَا تَأْكُلُوا الرِّبَا أَضْعَافًا مُضَاعَفَةً وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ. In all the previous verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been telling us what to do to become successful. Then here He's telling us what not to do to become successful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, la ta'kulu riba, do not consume usury. That is interest. Ad'afan mudha'afa, doubled and multiplied, irrespective of the kind of form it comes, whether doubled or multiplied. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, wattaqullaha la'allakum tuflihun. And what? Fear Allah that you may be successful. Meaning, if you avoid these things, then the chances of you being successful is high in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My brothers and sisters in Deen, we should understand, like I said, that success is what? On the day of resurrection, when you are giving your book in your right hand, that is when you can say you are successful. The day when you are told to enter the garden, the Al-Jannah, that is when you can now accept that you are successful. But every other thing you have, they are what? They are just things for you to live your life and maybe make your life easy. But no, it doesn't determine that you are a successful person. If you have grades, you have all kinds of degrees and so on, it doesn't mean that you are successful. If you have cars, you have houses, it doesn't mean that you are successful. If you have children, it doesn't mean that you are successful. What proves or determines that you are successful is how you live your life, and how you live your life to earn the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defined what? The successful ones to us. He told us in Surah Al-A'raf, chapter 7, verse 8, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالْوَزْنُ يَوْمَئِذٍ الْحَقِّ فَمَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ فَأُولَئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. He said, وَالْوَزْنُ يَوْمَئِذٍ الْحَقِّ, and the weighing of deeds that day will be the truth. That means the The scale that will be used and the way that will be used in weighing your deeds and in the way it will be weighed will be the best. It will be accurate. It will be accurate and there will be no ambiguity, there will be no doubt about it. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَمَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ. And whoever that his scale is heavy, meaning heavy with good deeds, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. He will be among the successful ones. He will be the successful ones or be one of the successful ones. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala count us among the successful ones. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us, guide us, and make us people who would want to do things that will make us to attain success in the sight of Allah, and people who want to earn the pleasure of Allah. Also use this medium to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue to shower His mercies upon the people of Palestine. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to ease their affairs. We ask Him to help us stop the bloodshed, to help us stop the war. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to come to their aid and grant them victory. Ibadallah. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكروا الله العظيم الجليل يذكركم واشكروه على آلائه ونعمه يزدكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون قوموا إلى الصلاة يرحمكم الله.